Well, the bigger the wood, the bigger the saw. So this is the last saw we used on cutting the big end. Unfortunately, we didn't get a whole lot of cutting time in because we got something in the tree and kind of messed up the chain. I caught it at first, so half the chain is real dull and the other half is sharp, and so it was pretty weird looking at the chips. Some are big long chips like that and others are sawdust, but anyway, this is an 075, it's an early version. They made them from 1974 to 1980, 111 cc, 6.77 cubic inches, rated at 7 horsepower. And it was struggling. This wood is really tough to cut, and so this 60-inch bar here is a bit much for it, even though it's got a full skip chain. But anyway, this one, they say it runs at 7,000 when it's cutting, and I'm sure that's right on because it's slow, but it's sure. And so you don't see a lot of big saws like these early saws or the L51s because they were used in commercial logging a lot. And a lot of the loggers tried to get more performance out of them and took out the built-in governor in the carburetor, and then it'd rev up and then blow up. So, and then still carries no parts for these whatsoever. So anyway, it's kind of nice to have a big old oinker like that. In fact, this is Mr. Porker the Torker. It's a lightweight, only 46.5 pounds. So there's the saws that we used to cut this tree up. And like I say, it's 145 foot long. I'll show you some pictures of all the slices we got done here. Well, the chips are real big ones and little ones, so I think there was something embedded in that tree that I hit because it's not cutting very fast. But anyway, it's a big, powerful, slow-turning old hog. Well, here's the top of the tree. And one of the bottom cuts off the tree, and behind me is the trunk of it here. So we'll get it measured and let you know how big it is. we go. Well, what's made this tree so hard to process is that the wood density and the amount of moisture and all kinds of this thing here has huge cracks all over in it. And there's a great big knot here, and that stuff is so hard it's really hard to penetrate. I mean, so the saw will cut this faster than a piece like this. We'll come over and show you a better shot of this. Okay, this piece here, no knots in it, and the cracks are very tiny. This didn't cut as easy as this, it's a lot harder. But anyway, I want to show you some of the sizes of the knots we've had on this. So be right back. Okay, well, here's a bunch of the rounds. I think we're down to the last of them. All we got left to cut is about 25 of them. And I wanted to show how that I've been handling these, just using basic hand tools. So anyway, these things probably weigh about at least 200 pounds or more a piece. I'm trying to pick them up by hand and stuff, it just ain't cutting it. So anyway, we'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, well, how I've been moving these rounds, like I say, they weigh over 200 pounds. I've been using the Pickaroon. If you do firewood and make lumber, different things, you need to move wood around. This is the best thing out there. This is a woodsman's best friend. So anyway, I got this one right here. And what I got to do is I'll tilt it up and then turn it and then I'll roll it out in front of the wood splitter here. So I'll show you how I do that. Doing that by hand, I could never do it. So we'll just roll this out here. Okay, well, we'll roll this out front. Splitter here, Mr. C's splitter, just loaning you this. Yeah, when you turn this and when you get the splitter set up, all you got to do is just drop it down and then start splitting. Well, look, there's Mr. C and his new buddy, new neighbor, Mr. Al Ian. Well, Al Ian, Mr. C's new neighbor, decided to come over and see what all the noise and commotion was about. So anyway, I taught him how to run a chainsaw. Says he's from the planet Torbot. Sure, some weird people out there. Strange looking dude though, eh?